All right, welcome back. My name is Jackie, and this is Dream Ether. I would like to thank you and say, some of the comments that I've received on a few of my videos really resonate with me for a while, and I appreciate any kind words that you have shared. It means a lot to me that I have people that are actually interested in hearing me say what I have to say. All right, let's get into it. So I have a message from the Moon Garden Tarot deck has been calling me. This morning in meditation, I got a message that there is a message from the moon that I was feeling guided to use the Moon Garden deck. So here we go. All right, I'd like to call in Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Universe. Thank you, Universe. My archangels. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, thank you for your assistance, and Archangel Michael for your protection always. I would like to ask the moon and call on the moon for some guidance here in this message that you are trying to share through me. And I am allowing myself to be basically a human channel for higher dimensional divine guidance. And I'm very grateful for the assistance in that. Thank you. All right. Let's see what we have here from the Moon Garden Tarot. So I'm still getting used to this deck. It's brand new. I have used it, obviously. I just, it's a different shape than a normal deck, which, I really love. And I love the way that this purple, just shimmers like that. So I am choosing to go gentle with this deck, and I have shuffled this deck, pre-shuffled this deck, and cleansed it, meditated on it, slept on the messages. So just in case you were wondering, this deck is ready to share a message today from the moon, but if I can keep the cards smooth and maybe just really focus on connecting to the cards. Okay, I'd like to ask my higher self for guidance and assistance here in sharing this divine message. Thank you so much. I'd like to call in the elementals and the fairies that work with, that work with me. I'd like to call in the dragons as well and the ascended masters. Thank you. Okay. I'd like to get a clear message about the message from the moon. Reflections, anything that you would like me to share in assistance with whoever is watching. All right, we're going to go with that first card. Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is usually seen as a really good card, like a really good card, but not after. I'm getting a really blissful energy from this card. I don't know if you can see that, but we're going to see how that works today. If you're new here, I'd like to use tarot in a way to, for introspection and for advice. And I really allow that to be the intention for every video that I share, to reach those who are of like mind and of like heart and are soul aligned and on this journey we call life. All right, so this was the Nine of Cups. All right, and as I'm on my own personal journey, I'm trying to show up, in a way to, I'm being pushed, honestly, by spirit, because I guess I have the information that is necessary, enough information at least that can help those who may need it most. So I work for the divine. That's something that is very interestingly new for me to say, but I wear that badge proudly now. All right, so Alyssa Maiden lounges in her garden bower of mushroom. Alyssa Maiden lounges in her garden bower of mushroom, fern, and flower. She is dreaming in a monetary respite. A spider's web is finally spun to catch the full moon's light. The job is finally done. The cups are full too. So that's what I was picking up actually from the card, the spider web and her mushroom. This mushroom that she's laying under, it looks like a ladybug's on her face too. Right? Maybe it's a flower. I think it looks like the center of that flower. Man, I just love the symbolism in things. It's so beautiful. Okay, so the Nine of Cups is a card of completion and contentment. The garden, tilled and tended, bears the fruit of success, especially in material gain. Health, wealth, and happiness abound. Dreams and wishes are fulfilled. So this is great. Loving the energy so far. All right, so let's see what else we have for this. Looks like someone has been doing a really good job for themselves, filling up their cup from the divine and with Mother Nature, being really connected to their shadow work, allowing the moon to illuminate things that they may need to work on, and connecting to the mystical realms of their self. She looks really content, like it said. So what more messages do we need to hear about this beautiful looking goddess here? Just like, her outfit kind of gives me some Egyptian and also royal, kind of like vibes. Oof, man, this thing is blurry. We'll get it better. I know Spirit will provide me. Either way, it's still getting the message out, so I don't really necessarily care too much. But some of those people might. But those people probably won't be aligned with this video, if that's what they're worried about. So, we have... Sometimes my higher self says some shit and I'm just like, wait, what? Because like I have come a long way in my life. So sometimes, man, and I've asked for her to be involved. So she just says it how it is sometimes. So I have the Ace of Staffs, which is super giving me magical card. It's like this, it's like, okay, so it's been cloudy and rainy here, and it looks like the card may as well. have just rained or the clouds are clearing. You know, the night is still dark. The moon is in a crescent phase, either waxing or waning. Either energy is present. I'm picking up. I want to say that's a frozen pine cone right there, which if you know anything about me and pine cones, I find that they are very symbolic for, I mean, it's not me finding, there's evidence proving that they are related to consciousness, higher consciousness, and they are the ancestor of the flower, you know, so I find that super. I love things like that. This is why I do tarot. This is why this is why I'm here, right? So we have the Ace of Staffs. Staffs represent fire, spiritual fire. Especially seeing that the Ace of Staffs here, that gives a card a lot more power. It's like, what do they say? It's like it's a congested, like, not congested in a bad way, but coagulated, I guess, is a better way to say that, I guess. Coagulated. All right, so I think this, here we are. Okay. All right. A lone tree stands sentry to a castle high on a grassy knoll. The new moon hides amongst its branches. A unicorn shyly wraps its magic presence around the trunk and through the essence of this card. I got a little like stuck in a moment when it was talking about the new moon, because the crescent moon happens, to be so, like, the energy with the new moon can be felt on either side of it, it's like a 3-day cycle, basically. And on either side of it is a crescent moon, waning or waxing. And here, this is like the first day on either side of it, I believe. Like, that's always like, it's either a couple of days after, or, that's usually the time that I see it, honestly. A couple of days after the new moon. And we are working our way up to this solar eclipse, which is in April 8th. So we have 7 days, technically, until this major celestial event. A lone tree stands. Okay, so we said that. The new moon hides amongst its branches. A unicorn shyly wraps its magic presence around the trunk and through the essence of this card. The new leaves echo the fresh brilliance of the spring green hillside. Low clouds are lifting. A gentle rain has fallen. Wow, I love when that happens. And the world is moist and fragrant. And honestly, it's been raining here in the Southwest United States the last couple of days, and this is awesome. Okay, so the Ace of Staffs announces a time of new beginnings. Like the budding leaves, this card coincides with spring, the vernal equinox, and the celebration of Ostara, or Eostra, in the sign of Aries. Eostar. Sorry. With its fertility symbols of the hare and the egg, gave birth to many of the Christian customs traditionally observed on Easter. Dude, I can't make this up. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much. Okay, so even the name gives rise to the holiday. So we just had Easter yesterday. This is now we're on April 1st. So yesterday, was March 31st, and we celebrated Easter, also known as the Ostara, Eostar, goddess of fertility, symbolizing things of like the hare and the egg, gave birth to many of the Christian customs traditionally observed on Easter. Even the name gives rise to the holiday. When this card appears, it can indicate this time of year. Reflect a period for new growth, or both. It is a good time for planting. Know that what you now sow will soon burst forth from seed or concept. All right, so um, when this card appears, it can indicate this time of year. Reflect a period for new growth, or both. It is a good time for planting. Know that what you now sow will soon burst forth from seed or concept. So there's a little ritual here, which is super serendipitous for me as I started getting really into like magic wands and staffs and things like that recently. So there's a little ritual. It says, create your own ritual staff or magic wand. So you may be being called to do this actually, because you may be even already someone who finds things in this way. So it can be formed from a variety of wood. So it says create your own ritual staff or magic wand. It can be formed from a variety of wood: almond, ash, birch, hazel rowan, and yew are traditionally suggested. A branch found on the lawn following a storm, or one fallen across a favorite path, are excellent choices. They were quite likely left there by a garden fairy or a woodland sprite. If you choose living wood, be sure to ask permission of the presiding deva or governing life force of the tree. So that's very important. I always speak with the plants and trees that I'm going to use, if it's something that I cut off of the tree or of the plant itself. Most of the time I find that I'd rather just take advantage of what has fallen in my path, more so than going after the plant while it's living, like excuse me. For instance, this is a piece of manzanita wood that I found in the ponderosa forest. Wow, my throat chakra. That I found this summer, or excuse me, this winter in the ponderosa forest. And there was a bunch of elk, and it was actually a really beautiful time that I was going through spiritually, but also it was very confusing and kind of scary at the same time. But now in retrospect, I look back on it. But this right here, manzanita wood, actually is super, just since we're on the subject of staffs and or the energies that certain wood can carry, right? So this is manzanita wood. And let's see, I really want to say that this is juniper, but this manzanita wood has a symbol of death and rebirth, which is really symbolic as well of this time that we're in, with Easter having just been yesterday, with this card and everything else. It goes through its own life and death cycle. It kind of sheds its skin like a snake. And interesting. So there's this one, it has been struck by lightning, and they're really fire resilient. So I went on a hunt, honestly, to find them. But see how it like kind of breaks off. That's not just from it being charred. This is also something the skin itself does. And I don't know if I have any living, because I definitely didn't take any of this you know, with a knife. These were things that were practically falling off of the plant, you know, and in some places this is actually, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not legal to really have, I guess that's the word. It's illegal. But I find that, you know, even, you know, having things like certain feathers can be considered illegal, like, because they're on the indigenous, you know, list or whatever. And that's kind of reminding me too, like this raven feather is like 12.5 inches. And that was another gift that I got while in the forest, this enchanted forest, now that I'm looking back on it, that I was spending Christmas at up in the Ponderosa Pines here in Arizona. Some of the other things that I got is, you know, even this piece, you know, I started making, you know, started messing around with different things, and I have I have so many gems that I've literally been gifted to me by God, I feel like, because at this point, you know, that's what it is. Literally just boxes and boxes of fine gems have just made their way to me, in divine alignment, to you know, I guess help me explore further, you know, some of my personal creations. And that happens to be most recently, you know, this staff thing. And I do many other things, but we're going to just talk about that since we're talking about this. So, a branch found on the lawn following a storm, or one fallen across a favorite path, are excellent choices. They were quite likely left there by a garden fairy or a woodland sprite. If you choose living wood, okay, so we already had talked about that. Definitely ask the plant, if, you know, see, let them know maybe what your intention is, and that you mean no harm, you know. Says, ask permission of the presiding deva or governing life force of the tree. In most cases, permission will be granted if if with your request you include the purpose of the branch and its sacred value in future use. Express your gratitude with a generous offering of water and clear away any debris. So, you know, it's really special. Like, sometimes I'll even leave flowers for the pine cones that I take home from my sacred tree. It's an example as well. Pouring water out into the forest, you know, with that intention to clear away the debris, you know, clean around the area, maybe the plant, the trunk of the tree, etc. Any trash. You should select this branch on a new moon. If you cut living wood for your staff, do so with a clean, sharp blade, and if possible, a new one. The branch should be long enough to supply a finished length to measure from the tip of your longest finger to your elbow, equal to your spine or your total height. Okay, so that says the branch should be long enough to supply a finished length to measure from the tip of your longest finger to your elbow. So let's just check that out. The tip of your longest finger, I have so many. Tip of your longest finger to your elbow. So how did I know that was going to be the right I love things. Okay, so it's 404 on the clock. 44. All right, that angel number shows up a lot in my readings, in my life in general. So we'll get into that. So this is one that I started to create. Still working on what I want to put on it. But this is saying, this is a technically, well, no, I said to the tip, to the elbow, I guess. We're about a couple inches shy, but if you were to stand it up from my elbow, you know, I don't know. You want it to be, I guess, a little bit longer. So let's see what else I have. I don't think any of those are longer. This one's definitely way, way long. I have another one in the... Yeah. Well, Honestly, I find that it's your own preference as well too. Like depending on what you're going to be using it for, like you know what I mean. They all have their own life, and I have many more waiting to come out of the storage bins that I've safely been put them in to get new life when the right customer comes along for some instrument like this. So if you're interested in something like this and you don't technically want to do this yourself, I do make lots of spiritual tools. If you're interested, you can find my email on the YouTube channel for Dream Ether 13, and it's just dreamether13 at Gmail. So go ahead and take a look at that if you're interested. Okay. So you definitely want to use, and I also have, and I was being called to wear this knife today. I have been wearing it a lot, but for the last couple of days I've decided to like take a break, and I've like basically let my sword down, let my sword rest. But this is the kind of blade that I use, in my wild foraging, if you will, to collect the things that I find, called to. And I only use that for those things, for these types of things. Okay, so equal to your spine. So equal to your spine. So my spine, let's check out this one. Equal to your spine. This one's kind of equal to my spine, Man, I love this. It's like these things like just call to me. They literally just are like, here, So, if you feel like that, like you've lost that innocence of life, and this is a way that you can regain a lot of this childlike innocence, which needs to be recouped in our little sacred hearts on this planet right now. Or your total height. Man, so I definitely don't have any of these that are my total height, but pretty dang close. I have, yeah, it's hiding in the corner, and that's just too much. I've already played show and tell. A little show and tell moment for you. Okay, so while the moon is in its waning phase, remove all leaves, twigs, and barks from the staff. As you do this, focus on any aspect of your life and that you would like to strip away. Oh my gosh. That is so beautiful, because that is exactly what I did. Wow. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Nature Spirits. Thank you, man, I'm so blessed to have being able to look back on this time and really knowing that, when you put intention behind anything, that is the true essence of life, okay? Super powerful. All right, so once you have a smooth surface, place the staff on a windowsill or porch where it can collect moonlight. On the next new moon, begin to embellish the staff with carvings, inlaid stones, or any other item that will embody it with your energy and symbols of your personal power. Be sure to round one end of the staff and notch the other to symbolize the union of male and female, goddess and god and goddess. So it says, what does that say? So it says, be sure to round one end of the staff and notch the other. So that's cute, because I feel like this is notched and this is rounded, and I have embellished this is what I believe turquoise. I love turquoise, and I used some copper here as well. This actually used to have a this piece of crystal here on the end of this, and it fell off, it needed some time to get, I guess, release some energy or collect some. It disappeared. I just found it the other day, actually. So, yeah, it's been sitting in the sun over here. So anyways, I have squirrel. I don't know if you guys forgot. I definitely did. Okay. All right. Okay. When your staff is removed from the altar, for any reason other than ritual magic, it should be wrapped in colorful silk, cotton, or another suitable organic fabric. This will keep the acquired magical charge from dissipating, in transport. White, yellow, orange, and red are often used in association with the suit of staffs, as their elemental power is fire. White, yellow, orange, and red are often used in association with the suit of the staffs, as their elemental power is fire. Some magicians prefer to wrap all their tools in black to protect them by absorbing any negative energies they may encounter. You may wish to empower this case with color or ornamentation such as beading, embroidery, ribbons, or fabric paint. This instrument reifies the elemental power of fire. It is placed on the south altar when casting the sacred circle for magical rites and ritual celebration. All right. So it looks like we have a complete a young magician. Let's get some more energy here. Let's find out more about this, because all right, so all right, so you are very much in control of your situation at this moment. I guess so. Let's get some more cards here from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else that we should know before I look into the energy of the Two of Cups? All right. Looks like this is something divinely timed. Oop. Okay. Let me, oops. All right, let's see what we've got here. So we've got the Two of Pentacles. Excuse me, the Two of Cups. I'm sorry. All right, so another crescent moon in here. Okay. All right, maybe. I hope that's not too far away for you guys. All right. Nature's salutations from a pair of golden chalices, rising in leaf and vine on the wing to meet in the crescent light of the new moon. So specifically, this is spoken about the new moon again. The animating forces of nature are uniting. Affinity and balance are present in duality. Whether between friends or lovers, this attraction is recognized and acknowledged on a soul level. It is marked with destiny and sealed in fate. The seeker may feel he or she is caught in the reflection of a mirror. Creative potential is active in this partnership, marriage, or union. Both will grow as the relationship flowers. Okay. This was another card, the next card that came out. The Five of Pentacles. It looks like two people coming out of a winter. They feel like they've been outside maybe they've been left out in the cold. But the light looks warm inside. I wouldn't say that it's like they're not allowed in. And one of them has a staff. Looks like a staff or a walking stick. It looks like somebody helping somebody out of the cold who may be blind. A ragged pair of souls passes the window's glow. The howling wind hurls the snow like tiny frozen disks that bite against the skin. So desolate are the two that they fail to spy the fire burning inside the sanctuary of stone, nor do they seek an open door. Wow. The card speaks of the total devastation of the spirit. Though the wound may lie in emotional or material loss, the flame of inspiration must be fueled. What once bloomed cannot flower in neglect. The seeker's lifestyle has taken him or her far from the garden path. I'm going to go with the seeker's lifestyle has taken him from the garden path, yet he searches for the summer rose to bloom in winter's snow. Do not fail to keep the inner fire burning, for like the hermit's lantern, its light will guide when the feet cannot feel the way. All right, let's pull a few more cards. Spirit, what other message would you like to share about these lovers? Oops. These lovers. All right, so let's see. I didn't know where this reading was going to go, obviously, because I just channel into the guidance that I am being guided to. And for this reading, it was the moon. She wanted to share a message. I was also getting a lot of like fertility, like we said, Ostara energy, Isis. So I just came on, and I'm just testing out the waters to help other people realize that they can take the power of their reality into their own hands. It did take me some real diving into my spirit and my own life events that have caused some upheavals in my life, but they were all meant for a beautiful reason. I believe now. I don't look at any of the things I've gone through. I actually think that they were all meant to happen for a reason. So This chick is chilling out here. Four of Cups, another new moon. All right, and there's two stars in the sky, in the dark night, again. And a forest of fern. It looks like, you know, as she meditates with the one golden chalice, she's got like three angels behind her, basically. I feel like three cups of divine, you know, and the Four of Cups itself, the four, number four, you know, represents like foundation, stability. Silent in the meadow sprite, her wings are bright in the full moonlight. How is that a full moon? Okay. Silent the meadow sprite. Her wings are bright in the full moonlight, yet weariness surrounds her. Lost in contemplation, what do her gold cups hold? What future magic will unfold? So that's very interesting to me because I'm getting like lunar eclipse. Like you might have done something over the lunar eclipse. Yeah, that's definitely. They just said it was a full moon. It was a full moon. If this is a full moon, then that's a fucking eclipse. Sorry, I get excited. All right. A sense of dissatisfaction in the present has led to reflection on the past and the paths traveled to reach existing conditions and emotions. Old patterns have a habit of repeating themselves. Before beginning anew, review the relationships and events that have contributed to the direction of the path. Look for the common denominator. Focus on the inner workings, how they may have created the outer, and what emotions they elicit in retrospect. Follow these threads back through childhood in your memory, if your memory permits. If necessary, trace them back through past generations or other incarnations, remembered, imagined, or recalled. Do not refill the cup until it is truly empty. And it was followed by the judgment, which, you know, and there's a pair of, what is that, dolphins? It looks like a couple and a child, some angels trumpeting ahead of them, and they look like they're in the sky, honestly, like from a watery, yeah, that's what I'm picking up. So from the Four of Cups, I feel like this is the energy that you're coming from. All of this energy with this, you know, this leading this person through the darkness, maybe yourself even. This Four of Cups. All right. Keep coming back to the Justice card. All right, let's see. I know it goes. Okay. Okay. Clear notes sound from the horns of the angelic herald, calling across the infinite waves from the island sanctuary of the high priestess to the lofty heights of the hermit's airy retreat. Dolphins leap from Poseidon's depths, surfacing with wisdom from the fathoms of the emerald sea. The heart of this card beats with the wings of a snow-white dove ascending in the rosy glow of lunar light. In the shelter of angel wings and a father's embrace, mother and child look to the shores beyond the 3 dark coffins floating before them. The past is cast upon the water. I did say that this was, giving me like these last 3 cards is felt very okay. Like the Phoenix, the 20th key of the tarot is a card of ascension. Universal consciousness makes Universal consciousness makes the final call to attune with the soul. The seeker has judged or been judged too harshly, or in the face of false values. The past bears scrutiny. Discard inherent patterns of dysfunction. Lay regret and guilt to rest. Okay, so this is really awesome. I feel like we are definitely getting a past, present, and future energy here. This is like this is someone who's come through, pretty cold winter, leading yourself in the blind through the darkness. Let yourself discard inherent patterns of dysfunction, lay regret and guilt to rest. So this is a very, very potent time to